Hello everyone. So now we are going to do one lab. In this lab we are going to learn static root. We are going to learn how to configure the DHCP and also how to configure the DNS. So what I will do, I will take this router. I will say we are using two router and we are going to take two switches here, and then we can take some computer and some DHCP, that is DHCP server we will take. We can take two server, we can take one server, we can configure both the thing in one server, or we can configure all the thing in the two server. Means one server for DNS, one server for DHCP we can do. And also if you need, we can take one more server, we can configure the NTP also. Okay. Anyhow, later we will do, else you will have the confusion. I don't want to confuse any guys, any freshers. So here I taken two server, and we can say this is the router R1, this is the router R2. How I take, you already know, right? Just you need to click here, click the router and drag like this. And if you want to take switch, click here, drag like this. If you want to take the computer, drag like this. If you want to take the laptop, drag and drop here. If you want server, drag and drop here. Now I need cable, click this cable. This is an automatic cable. Click here and connect. Okay, you connected, then click here and connect. Click here and connect here. Then press Ctrl and click here. You will have the cable here only. Directly click there, click there. Click to the server, click to the switch. Click to the server, click to the switch. Same thing here, click to the PC, click to the switch, click to the PC, click to the switch. Okay, now IP schema, whatever we are using, example I want to use here 192.168.12.0/24 in between. So this side we will use as a .1, this side will be .2. Okay, so this will be 12.1, this router interface. So this side will be 12.1, this side will be 12.2. And here we can write 192.168.1.1/24. We will use this side. And this side we will use 192.168.2.1/24. Okay. And what else we can do here? We can assign the IP and we can do the configuration. So what I can do, if I want to do the static root, first we need to assign the IP. Click this one, you will have this type of interface. Click CLI and you can assign the IP address. This is the router R1, this one. I need to assign the IP address. So here we will write no here, because if you write yes, they will ask you all the initial configuration. So now I don't want to give that one. Whatever needed we will do here. So I will write here enable, then I will write config T, then I will write host name to change the name. First this one you need to write enable to go in the privilege mode, and after that if you want to do any configuration, write config T to go in the global configuration mode. After that if you want to change this name of the router, you need to write host name and then give the new name what you want to give. Example, I want to give R1, so I give R1 here. After that if you want to assign the IP, you can write interface, whatever interface you have here, F0/0, you can write interface F0/0 and assign the IP whatever we are planning to give here. You need to write IP address and put the IP address there. 192.168.12.1, give space 255.255.255.0 and write no shut. Okay, so this interface go up. After that you can write interface F0/1 and you can write here IP address 192.168.1.1, give space 255.255.255.0 and write here no shut. For this interface also we assign the IP and we write no shut here. Okay, after that we can do the static route. If you want to configure the static route, what you will write? You will write IP route. This is the syntax. You need to write IP route. After that, you need to write destination network ID. This is a destination. You are standing here and this is a destination. So you need to calculate the destination network ID. So if you remember, this IP is a class C IP. Class C IP means you have the network host. In class C you have 3 network portion, 1 host portion. If you want to calculate the network ID, then you need to make the host portion as 0. So when you make this 0, it will become 192.168.2.0. This will be the network ID. Okay, already you know how to calculate the network ID. So what we will do here, we will write IP route and then we will write the network ID 192.168.2.0. Destination, this is a destination. You are in the R1 here. After that, destination subnet mask. So what is the subnet mask? This is a /24. So you will write 255.255.255.0. Then give space next hop. Next hop will be this interface 192.168.12.2. So you will write 192.168.12.2. Press enter. This is a static route configuration done here. How you can check? You can exit this. You can write show IP route. You can see still it is not showing in the routing table. We configure static route. So you should have S here. But if you see, you have C. C means connected. L means local. So this interface is connected and local. Static route configuration be done, but you cannot see. Why? Because this interface is still down. This interface is still down, so you cannot see the static route. So now we will go to this router and we will assign the IP and we will configure the static route there also. So now I am in the user mode. I will write enable to go in the privilege mode. Then I will write config T to go to the global configuration mode. If we want to configure any configuration, we need to go in the global configuration mode. If you want to go to the global configuration mode, then you need to write the config T. Then write the host name and then you can put the name of the router. Okay. We can write the name of the router. What is the router name? R2. After that, you will write interface F0 by 0. This is the interface F0 by 0 and write the IP address 192.168. What is that one? 12.2. Give space, write 255.255.255.0 and write no shut. We assign the IP address. We have another interface. This is another interface F0 by 1. So you need to write F0 by 1 and write IP address. You have this site 192.168.2.1. Give space 255.255.255.0. If you have confusion here, why I am writing this 255? This is a standard subnet mask. This is a standard subnet mask. We can say this one for class C. Okay. This one for class C. So class C is having /24. /24 is nothing but 255.255.255. Okay. So here we finish. We assign this IP. We finish this IP. Now we need to do the configuration here. Okay, what configuration? We need to configure the static route. Here we done the static route from here to here like this. This is forward routing. Now we need to do the reverse routing also. So traffic, if it is going, it should come back also. So we need to tell to this router, if anyone want to go to this network, forward the traffic here. Let me repeat again. See here, I am saying if anyone want to go to this network, they need to forward the traffic here. We need to tell that one. So what I will do here, I will write here IP route. This is a destination. We need to write the destination network ID. So I will write 192.168.1.0, then destination subnet mask. We have /24, so we will write like this. Then next hop. Next hop IP is 192.168.12.1. So we will write 192.168.12.1. Okay, so we done the routing. Now we can check. If you see, I will write show IP route. You can see in the routing table we are getting S. S stands for static route. So this route is coming from the static route, this one. Okay, static route we done. Now we need to configure the DHCP. So here I will say this is a DHCP server. An IP I can give like 192.168.1.2. Because for DHCP server we will give the manual IP. For servers and routers we are giving IP from the manually, not from the DHCP. So here I go. See here how I am assigning the IP. This is the IP of the DHCP server. I wrote here this is a DHCP server 192.168.1.2 is a IP of the DHCP server. Now I need to configure that IP to this server. Click here, click to the IP configuration. Here you need to type that IP what you want to give. And click here, automatically subnet mask will come. This is a classful IP, so I will keep like this. Gateway will be the router interface IP. This is the router interface IP we will put here, gateway. DNS if you want to define, you can write here example. I will say DNS will be 192.168.1.3. Okay, so I put this entry here. So we can say this is a DNS server. Okay, and here I will give the IP of the DNS server. We will write the label here 1.3. So see here we will configure the gateway. Gateway will be the router interface IP, and DNS is this server only, the DNS. This server we are using for DNS only. Okay, so this way we configure the IP here. And if you need one more server for the web services, imagine you have your company website here, so you can use this server for that purpose. So here we can say this is a web server and the IP will be 192.168.1.4. This IP we are going to assign here. We can go to the desktop, we can assign here. Gateway will be 1.1 and DNS will be 192.168. What is the DNS? 1.3 will be DNS. This is a DNS. So we have these three server. So now what we need to do? We need to do the configuration. First I will go to the DHCP. I already assigned the IP address here. Now I can go to the services. I can click the DHCP and I can power on the DHCP here. And gateway we will give the router interface IP 1.1 and DNS we have 192.168.1.3. Okay, this is a DHCP server I am configuring. I open this, I click the services, I click the DHCP. Here I power on and I need to fill this one. So in this area, if you want to use in this side, we have this is a gateway. So I put here 192.168.1.1 and DNS is here 192.168.1.3. So I wrote that one also. Okay, and then starting IP. So we can say start IP from 192.168.1.11 and give IP like 50. 50 is enough here, and we are not using TFTP or WLC controller, so we will keep empty here. This is clear, right? Just I am saying start IP from 192.168.1.11, and this is the subnet mask. And after that, what we can say, we can write maximum number of user will be 50 user they can give. So I can click here, so it will save here. This is for this side. Now you need DHCP for this side also. Then I can create here, I can say any other name I can give, pool 2, and here I will say gateway will be 2.1, because here this router interface we are giving as a gateway. Gateway will be the router interface IP, so 2.1. So I keep here 192.168.2.1. This is the router interface, and this is the same thing DNS, and IP we are saying start the IP from 192.168.2.11. So it will start from 2.11 and give from 50, and you can click add. So we add two pool here, one for this side, one for the other side. This is only the configuration in DHCP server. Now you can go to DNS. In the DNS already we configure the IP. Then you can go to the services, and then you can click the DNS, power on the DNS. Here you can put example. Here if you want to put your company, example your company is www.abc.com. You keep here a record only. Just put here IP. This is your company server. So whatever IP you have, you will write that one, 192.168.1.4, and click here add. Means if anyone type www.abc.com, the request will come to this DNS server, and because this machine will send that request to DNS server will give that IP. So it will come again, and then this PC will go to DNS that server. Means this PC will send the first, he will get the IP from that DHCP. Then if anyone is pinging or doing www.abc.com, it will go to DNS server here like this. First this guy will give the IP to everyone, DHCP server. After that, if anyone is typing www.abc.com, it will go to this server. They will ask what is IP for abc.com. This guy will give the IP of the abc.com, because we have here entry. If anyone want to go to abc.com, this is the IP of that server. Then they will see, and this is that IP, so they will access this server. Okay, so this is the configuration for this one. And in the server, you can go here in the server, you have already IP, you can click the services. This is a HTTP. So HTTP is on, HTTPS is also on. This is the index file. If you want to change, you can change, and you can write here whatever name you want to put. Example, you will say www.abc.com. Okay, and here if you want to write welcome to abc.com, you can edit here, so easily you can track. Okay, and then save this one, close. Now you can click here to your IP here, click like this and wait, check, you get the IP here 192.168.1.11. This is a subnet mask, this is a gateway, this is a DNS IP. If you want to access, go to the browser, okay, and type here www.abc.com. see here abc.com, open here. You can go here, click the desktop, click the IP config, click here, you will get the IP here. Same thing you do for this one also, click the desktop, click the IP config, click here, you will get the IP. Do here same thing, you will get the IP here. Okay, now here if you do, it will not work. If you put here, because this DHCP packets is a broadcast packet, it will drop here. So what you need to do, you need to go under this interface, this one in this router, and you need to put the IP helper command, because your DHCP is in different place and you have the layer 3 device in between. So you need to go to this interface, because this is the interface which is connected to you here. So go to that interface, write F0/1 and write IP helper address, put the DHCP IP here. What is the DHCP IP? 192.168.1.2. That's all. This IP you need to put here and save the configuration and go here. Now you try again. Still not working. See, now it get. So you get the IP 2.11. This is a subnet mask, and here 192.168.2.1 and 192.168.1.3 is a DNS. So everything you get here. Your server is here. Your server is in head office, but you are getting in the branch office the IP. How? You put here IP helper command. Let's go to another machine and try again. You are getting the IP from the DHCP server. Do the same thing to this machine also. You are getting the IP. Do same thing here also. You are getting the IP here also. Okay. And if you want to access any website, that abc.com, you can access right here www.abc.com. Okay. They will send the DNS. DNS will go and he will pick that one, and after that you will access. See, it is working perfectly. So in this lab we learn how to configure the static root, how to configure the DHCP server for same site and also another site. This is a head office. So in the head office DHCP server is working, and same DHCP server is working for the branch office also. This is a branch office, and DNS server is also present in the head office, but this one is also working for this branch office because this guy need the IP of this server. So when I put here www.abc.com, that request go here and he get the IP, then again it will go to the web server, and we learn how to configure the web server also. I hope it is clear. In case if you face any issue, write in the comments. We will support you. If you have any doubts, anything, write in the comments. Thank you. Bye.